Okay, Kamin, now you've done workbooks before. I know you've done a money workbook, wasn't targeted for coaches, it was for anybody who wanted to keep a money journal. You did a workbook for Gay Hendricks for his book Conscious Luck. And now here comes this one that you and I have done. You've invited me in, and you're so good at coming up with the questions and making it a true workbook. What can you say? I know you love workbooks. What can you say is the difference between a workbook like what you and I have just created for coaches and a book that's got just information?
Well, I think one of the reasons I like workbooks is because it puts me at in the center of the book. And when I'm working on I'm actually following along. I'm the center character. I get to watch my arc from where I started to where I finish. I think you've always said read the book once for information, twice for transformation. The ability to actually apply the learnings as you go through is that transformation for me. And so it's for, I want for each of us as we go through, and I've done the exercises myself. It's like, I want to see, okay, here's where I started and I get a track like you've talked about before about metrics. I want my own metrics, my own personal metrics of how am I doing? How am I progressing? Because I know for myself, I can think that I still have the same, any kind of limiting belief that I might have had 5 years ago or last month or whatever. But the truth is we're coming, you've told me this, is we're coming at it from a different place. But if we don't if we don't track it, if we're not awake to it, we think that it's the same. And then we kind of, beat ourselves down with more limiting beliefs or beliefs that limit us. And so the reason I like workbooks is really because we want to create that transformation as we go, apply it to our life, use it with our clients, teach it to other coaches or other people, other business owners, whatever we're learning, so that it becomes an embodiment is really what I think workbooks help us do.
Yeah, and they're fun to fill. It gives a sense of satisfaction. I've got books that I've read and I don't even remember what's in them. I mean, I could if you reminded me, but they don't come with me. But with a workbook, I feel like, oh, all my writings in the spaces, all my answers to the questions. It's really satisfying to finish a workbook.
Yes, and sometimes I've written in some books that there's not enough space. I'm like writing in the margins, or and I'll write a client's name to remember to go back and use that in a session or whatever. And I have had even people with the Wealth Creation for Coaches book be like, I don't want to write in it. It's so pretty. I'm like, wreck it, mess it up. You
Yeah.
can buy another one and do whatever. But to get in and use, I use a lot of different color pens. Sometimes I use mostly purple, as you all know in the book. But I use these friction erasable pens, and they're beautiful pens, and I can erase and I can go back and edit and I date them, but wreck the book, mess it up,
Yeah.
get a fresh one when you're ready. But for me, the intention is really to put ourselves in the book as the center character so that we get to watch ourselves improve.